Today, titingnan po natin yung mga requested charts ninyo like CNPF and BHI. Ready na po ba kayo? Let's go! Alright everyone, let's start off with East-West, no? Now, tong East-West, kung papansinin nyo, talagang tuloy-tuloy na yung pagbaksak. Last week pa lang, we already broke beneath support ng 7.81. Now, I'm starting zoomed out kasi I need to show you where price might go. In this case, it might come back to fill this gap here. Matagal na yan hindi pa nababalikan. Right now, it's looking like pupunuin natin siya or at the very least, ma-partial fill man lang. Kung na-fill yung gap na yan and we continue to run, meaning parang finil tapos bumuhos pa rin, then the next level of support will be at 7 pesos, followed by these gaps left behind before, and then 6.08. Okay? I needed to zoom out to show you that kasi ang layo na It's been a while since that happened. Now, let's zoom in a little bit, no? Ano yung pwede nating i-assess dito? Talagang malakas yung downside movement niya. We have been gapping down on open and then just simply pushing to the downside. Okay? Kung naghahanap kayo ng some type of bullishness, the earliest na pwede kong makita is if we can come back, reclaim tong 7.8 and start holding above it, then we might come back and fill this gap here or possibly even come back and tag tong previous support turned resistance at 8.31. Okay? I don't see this breaking 8.31 anytime in the near future, no? But if it does, then the next level na pwede niyang pag-untugan will be these highs na naiwan before at around 8.69. Okay? But kung request nyo to dahil naipit kayo, honestly, I don't see yung light at the end of the tunnel just yet for East-West. Maybe in the next few days or few weeks, kung may further structure na mag-develop, may mas maganda akong masabi. Pero right now kasi wala pa talaga Now, if you're looking to enter naman, kasi nakikita nyo sa maraming brokers, sinasabi nila, oh, very fundamentally sound yung East-West, dapat yung i-buy, hindi ko na mention ng mga brokers yun, no? Dapat yung i-buy, dapat ang target niya, kunya, 12 pesos or for 15 pesos or kung ano man. Well, right now, wala pa ring magandang entry I guess if you really want to, you can try to buy at the gap and see if it starts pushing higher from there, but from a technical standpoint, it's not realistic na mag-fill yung gap then all of a sudden from there tuloy-tuloy na lang siya tumulak pataas. 'Di ba? Odds are kung mangyari man 'yon, sabihin natin mag-fill yung gap, mag-hold and we start pushing higher, magbibigay to ng higher probability entry moving forward kung talagang ang may strong fundamental bias kayo dito sa East-West. But regardless of whatever reason na kaya nyo to request, again, personally for me, wala pa to. Patient muna tayo, okay? Konting pasensya, hintay muna. Let's see what develops moving forward and hopefully ma-reward tayo para sa patience natin. Next, silipin po natin tong BHI. Now, tong BHI, we have to see na it's coming off a huge head and shoulders pattern dito sa daily chart, no? So, I just wanted to point that out before we zoomed in para lang klaro tayo regarding the overall flow nitong particular issue na to. Okay? Now, from here, what can we assess? We have been moving ng high, low, lower, low, and so on, di ba? Possible lower high, lower low. Tapos ngayon, ang nangyari was we came down, found support here at 0.061, came back up at bumalik tayo sa range na to between 0.07 and 0.084. Now, a lot of people like trading yung mga ganito like BHI kasi konting galaw lang, ramdam mo na agad. Kaso, in this particular instance, coming out of suspension, di ba? Ano nangyari sa BHI? Tapos, naka-downtrend pa tayo. Baka hindi pa ganun ka-smart na pumasok agad. Diba? Baka maganda, hintayin muna natin. Let's see kung magde-develop siya ng structure moving forward na pwede nating masakyan to get in properly. Diba? Yung merong edge, yung merong high probability in our favor rather than forcing a trade right now just because it seems quote-unquote cheap. Kasi it's still possible from here na ito na yung lower high mo, mabasag tayo dito, basagin natin tong range support na to, and then mag-form na naman tayo ng lower low, and then from there, balikan natin either tong gap na to, na unfilled pa from before, or even this gap here. Okay? So, kailangan makakita tayo ng maayos na strength dito sa BHI before we decide na okay, worth it ba siyang pasukin ulit. And yung strength na hinahanap ko, at the very least, we need to see price retake itong 0.084 and then reassess from there. Kasi kahit na ma-retake niya yan, we need to understand that we're still trading beneath all of these lows eh. Diba? It's not the greatest place to enter a trade kasi resistance will be right there. So, let's wait and see kung anong mangyayari. Kung sakali man na ma-retake natin to, it does move to the upside, it does start pushing higher, i-reassess natin then. But for now, there's really not much to do dito sa BHI. I really don't think na kahit na fundamental reason may mahanap kayo para insist na bilhin to at a quote-and-quote value range, no? Kasi wala naman ganun karaming fundamental drivers para dito sa BHI. So for me, konting iwas-iwas muna. Let's see how the market shakes out. Let's wait for the dust to settle before we start jumping back in. Next, tignan natin yung SMPH, no? So, overall, again, bigger picture, we're still trading within this larger range here. Okay? Last Friday, okay, itong candle na to, bumaba na tayo eh. Tapos today, we gap down and we stayed down. Essentially, nag-doji, so wala ganon nangyari, no? Now, let's zoom in a bit. From here, what can we see? Dahil ang tagal niya na nag-range, wala tayong choice but to just simply depend on yung mga segments natin. Kung mabasag altogether tong 34 to 34.2 na area, the next level of support will be at 33.10, followed by 31.45. To the upside naman, if we can start pushing higher, dahil nag-iwan tayo ng parang swing high dito, we need to see price retake this at 37.25 para bumalik ulit yung chance na matarget natin tong 38.2, and if that can break, followed by mga 40 pesos. Okay? It's really hard for me to read mga ganitong type of charts kasi number one, hindi na gano'ng aganda yung chart ng SMPH eh. In the sense na it looks very choppy. Diba? If you compare it to other charts, mas, for lack of a better term, messy siya tignan eh. Hindi siya clean. Diba? Tapos, coupled with the fact na nag-range ka lang for the longest time, mahirap magbigay ng assessment na maayos dito sa SMPH. Yes, you can trade the range, no? Wala namang pong masama doon. Especially, kung range trader kayo, sanay kayo na ganun yung ginagawa nyo. Doon nag-revolve yung sistema ninyo. Pero, for a swing trader like me, it's really hard to find good levels na abangan dito sa SMPH to see if we can push higher from there. Simply because it's the entire area is just chop eh. Diba? Wala nang clean, wala nang tawag ito, kumbaga mga areas na hindi na babalikan. Lahat na balikan na, lahat na daanan na. So, it's really hard, no? So, if you're looking to trade tong SMPH, again, kung meron kayong fundamental bias on why you want to trade it, tapos meron kayong inaabangan na price, then go for it, no? But from a technical standpoint, honestly, since di ako gumagamit na indicators or anything, no, wala akong nakikitang potential entry dito sa SMPH and I haven't seen one in a long while. Next, tignan natin tong 80, no? Now, tong 480, we need to start zoomed out para lang makita natin yung, kumbaga, mas larger picture. Now, based on current movement, kumbaga, for me, lumalabas na yung actual range that we're trading is somewhere around here, between 5.78 to 7.48 na area. Bakit yan? Kasi mas madalas na dyan tayo sa loob ng area na yan nagtitrade. Tapos whenever na lumalagpas tayo, like here, and here, di ba? Sooner rather than later, babalik tayo within yung range na yan, uuntugan natin sa ilalim, di ba? Or uuntugan natin sa baba, then tutuloy siya towards the opposite direction. Okay? Now, that being said, does that mean na dapat i-range trade na natin to kaagad? For me, personally, hindi pa, no? Walang clear-cut na signal na binibigay sa akin tong 80 na dapat i-trade na siya. Ano ba yung pwede natin makita natin dito sa 80? So, let's zoom in a bit, no? Assuming na yan nga yung range na tinitingnan natin. Tapos, dahil ang dami ng chop na nangyari along the way. So, babalik tayo na isesegment natin yung range natin to make it easier to map para sa atin. If, let's say, price can come back, retake tong 6.4 na area, then that opens up the possibility na mabalikan natin tong unfilled gap from before. Kasi 'di ba sabi nga natin, usually mga mabibilis na move to the upside, mabilis na naakain. So, the opposite is also true. Meron tayong mabilis na move to the downside. So, kung nagkaroon tayo ng signal na to go long, to counteract yung ganitong type of move, lalo na ganito na may gap na pwede tayong i-fill, then it might be worthwhile to take that trade. Again, depending on whatever system or approach that you use to trade a particular issue, no? Now, let's say na mapuno yan, mag-fill yung gap, tumuloy, ma-break pa natin tong 7.5, then that opens up yung fringes natin, meaning kung saan tayo nag-overshoot from before. Baka makapag-trade tayo between tong 7.5 papuntang 8.4. However, if from here hindi mag-hold tong 5.78 na level na to, okay, 5.76, baka ang mangyari next is balikan natin tong low end ng range, mag-act tong entire area as range support, and if mabasag yan, then highly likely we'll come back to revisit either tong 5.22, which acted as resistance before, no? So kita yan kahit sa higher time frames, see? Kita yan kahit sa weekly. Baka balikan natin yung 5.22, and if pati yan hindi mag-hold, we might come back and tag tong 4.5. So itong 4.5 ganun din. As you can see, siya yung nag-act as previous resistance before prior to price accelerating to the upside. Now, how you trade those areas will depend on what the structure looks like if and when price goes there. So kung sakali man na umabot dun yung price and you want us to reassess, be sure na i-request nyo po tong 80 para matignan po natin ulit. And then finally, tignan po natin yung CNPF. Now, CNPF is a requested chart, no? Ano na nga ba yung nangyari dito? Nagkaroon tayo ng bounce after we hit this level of support around 20 pesos. Okay, ito yung support na yon. That was 20.05 pala, sorry. We found a low nung 19.8, then we pushed higher from there. When we pushed higher, what happened was price came back dito sa mga previous lows na to, kung papansin niyo. Diyan tayo nakahanap ng resistance, and then from there, we started moving down once again. When we came back down, nakahanap tayo ng support dito sa area of previous resistance ng range na to. Diba? Then after that, we bounced around for a while. Prior to the elections, we already broke support low. Diba? Nabasag natin yung support. And today, nag-gap down tayo. Diba? Mock down, no open. And then from there, ay hindi pala mock down, no open nga pala. Gap down on open. Then from there, we started moving lower. Wala nang laban-laban pa. Tapos nag-close tayo dito around 20.35. So right now, it's looking like we're gonna come back and tag tong 19.8 to 20 pesos na support. And if mabasag tong 19.8, then the next level of support we have will be around here sa 19.2. Which means na itong buong area na to, we're looking at it as an entire range of support for price if it does come back down there. Now, from a textbook standpoint, diba? Technical analysis textbook standpoint, downtrend pa rin, diba? High, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high. So, continuation ng trend will be kung nabasag tong 19.8, showing na may lower low na naman tayo. Okay? Now, if you're intending to trade CNPF, ano ba yung mga potential bullish scenarios? Right now, there isn't a lot, no? For me, para makakita tayo ng masabi natin na, uy, bullish na naman, kailangan ma-retake natin tong 24.6 and we start holding above it. And from there, see if we can push towards 26.75. But even then, okay, I would be a little bit wary of the entire structure. Depende kung ano itsura niya, kung umabot man tayo doon. Yung pinaka-bearish scenario, obviously, is kung mabasag natin tong range support na to, then likely what happens next is we come back to tag either tong low na to or itong range na to from before. From there, if we continue pushing lower, mapapansin natin medyo mas illiquid yung galaw niya dito from before. So, maaari na kung bumalik tayo dyan, mas ma-accelerate to the downside yung movement, assuming na umabot tayo. Kasi wala gaanong volume before, wala gaanong liquidity before para depensahan eh, 'di ba? Kumbaga, pero maraming liquidity na naganap dito sa taas para harangan. Okay, so konting ingat-ingat lang po if you intend to trade tong CNPF. For me, personally, I just want to see what happens moving forward. Kung meron kayong mga areas or parang value area na inaabangan based on whatever fundamental reason that you have para dito sa CNPF, then by all means, go ahead, no? Pero ako, again, I would wait for further structure to develop and then reassess then. Kasi right now, it's just not smart to jump in eh. Diba? Mas maganda, tignan muna natin and then reassess and then try to see kung makahanap tayo ng high probability trade. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!